Look at this. Look what I just found. Hold on, it's not this one. Okay. Does that begin?
That could be the opening. That could be the opening to our videos. It's Nika wandering around.
You know what? Just because you said that, I'm gonna make that the opening to this video. So Mark, what filters would you apply to LoopNet to find the best deal out here in Indiana?
Honestly, if I was just looking on LoopNet and I'm kind of cold finding, or maybe this is my first deal, or I'm kind of new to this, I'd probably filter by cost per square foot or cost per unit.
Cost per unit.
Let's see. I guess I would go by cap rate. If that's the only filters we're offered, I'd go by cap rate. Minimum 10 cap.
Okay. Boom. And we're going to hit search. Wow. Okay. So we have more filters. So there is no way that is accurate. There is currently one building at a 10% cap rate.
That is accurate, because everyone is a criminal and a crook, and they want to sell you a pile of crap. And that is why our big business exists. I've actually looked at this building.
I remember this is the building that you sent to me. And
yep. Anderson, Indiana. I remember that. That was the only one. I said we could turn that into probably a 21, 22 cap.
Yeah. So obviously you and I have had off camera conversations about this building. Even I was in the market for this for a brief second, and then I moved out here to Utah. So what makes this building such a good deal for somebody that is just starting out, has, let's say, saved up $100K in the bank? What makes this a good deal for a first-time commercial real estate venture?
That's a really simple answer. So let's start at that top line, right under where it says Shadeland School Apartments, the address. It says 25 units at $500,000, which is 20 grand a unit. The last thing we looked at was 83 grand a unit. So that already tells you that the rents are going to be the same, and you're already saving $63,000 per unit. That's how we know this is a good deal. They're saying it's a 10 cap. I'm telling you, this is more. So let's take 25 units. What's the national average rent? About $1,500 a month.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, and there may be cheaper. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure some of you guys know that. There may be cheaper rents out there, but let's just go an average of $1,500 a month. Okay. We got 25 units. That's $37,500 per month. And if you multiply that times 12, that's $450,000. You only paid $500,000 for the building. You can collect $450,000 in rent. Now, we're going to have to turn this into something. So we're buying it at 20 grand a unit. Let's say our build out cost is 10 grand per unit. 10 grand per unit for drywall, studs, framing, electrical. That's a pretty cheap estimate. But let's say you're in it for 30 grand a unit. Okay. You're just adding 250 grand. Now you're 750 grand all in. But let's say you were $1 million all in, Yancey. Let's shoot high, because you know me. I want to estimate high and consider low. So let's say you're at $1 million. If you buy that for 500 grand, and I'm not giving him 500 grand, it's been on the market forever, I'm going to give him 375. 375, 30-day contingency, quick close, get the property landed, get it built out, hire your crew. Now you're in it for $1 million. You've got 25 beautiful units. And we already talked about this before. There's garage, there's storage, there's all kinds of opportunity there. So you could do 25 units and offer storage, which is great in a apartment complex.
Yep. And just so the audience can keep up with all the information that you're saying, I'm just going to scroll through the pictures so they can visualize what we're talking about as far as all the units and all the... Okay, awesome. So I'm just going to scroll through here. So Obviously, there's a gym attached to it. Was that the storage space that you were talking about earlier, where you would convert it
Yeah,
into storage space?
I would take the gymnasium and I would turn that into storage. And you can charge for that storage. You turn it into additional laundry facilities or additional money-making facilities. Doesn't matter what you use it as. You could turn some of it into garage spaces where you're renting garage spaces out. So you've got storage possibility, garage space, commercial opportunity. There's a ton of opportunity with that garage space or gym. It's about cost per square foot. You know, you don't want to turn that into apartments because you're going to be $50 a foot, but you want to turn it into storage, you can do it for $20 a foot, $10 a foot. Pictures don't matter. The building doesn't matter. It's about cost per square foot, and it's about your acquisition costs, and it's about what it costs you to renovate the building. So if we're buying it for less than 20 grand a unit, and if we buy that for 375, we're under 18 grand a unit, we're under 17 grand a unit. You can't buy an apartment complex for 17 grand a unit. So buy a place like this, go in and put 10 grand per unit in it on top of your purchase price. You're in it for way under $1 million. And don't forget, there's tax incentivization. There's opportunity zone. There's free money from the city, the county. There's a lot of free money on the table. You can get tax abatement for a number of years to turn this into a building. So you can walk into this thing under $1 million and have a rent roll of $450,000 annually. That's a 45% return on rent roll. Most places, you know, we were looking at 6 caps. This place they're saying is a 10 cap, but I'm telling you, if you do our methodology, you could turn this into a 20 or 25 cap easily.
What would be your interest cost throughout the life of the loan before ballooning the loan?
Well, let's talk about the fact that we're going to have $1 million in it. So the 500 is just your purchase, but if you're going to reno this building and turn it into rentable units, you're going to be in it for $1 million. So if you borrow $1 million, that's 6.75% interest rate currently, you're going to be paying about $1.35 million in interest over the life of a loan. So now you borrowed $1 million and you're going to pay back 2.35. Of that 2.35, 1.35 million is interest. With our strategy and our banking strategy, out of that 1.35, we can save you up to 70% of the interest. Now, can we save you more? Could it be less? Sure, that may depend on how you manage money. So if we were saving you 70%, that'd be $945,000 in interest we'd save you. That's money you would have paid to the bank. You're going to pay that money to the bank. But instead, now you keep $945,000 in your pocket. You put your kids through college. You take care of your family. You reinvest that. You buy more properties. But the whole point is 945 grand is what we could save you by simply changing the way you do banking and the way you work with your cash flow on this property.